just trying to have a different life because it got kind of hectic on that last one.
What ended up happening?
Nothing. We're just entertaining those, that one girl and that one dude. But I was just tired of like listening to them.
Yeah, I had
About
to leave. I'm so sorry. Black History would not stop talking. I was like, oh my god.
wait,
But
Black History. He wasn't there. I don't think he was there.
oh, that wasn't yesterday? I thought you were talking about last
Oh
night.
no,
Last
no, today.
Oh, something happened
Oh yeah,
today?
last night. Yeah. He went on a tear. Oh my
You
god,
went
those guys
on
could
just
not stand. A lot of
somebody
people
said
couldn't
that
stand him. I was like, whatever. Let's troll him back. They have to
somebody
sit
was
there and
like
listen.
somebody was like he has eight more sources.
I saw that.
He has eight
Eight
more
more
tabs
tabs.
open.
It was like eight
I
more
was like,
tabs.
holy fuck. Oh,
Not
I
even
mean,
sources, tabs.
it was funny as
Yeah.
hell. I was dying.
Did you see those dudes crash out though later on? The people that waited.
No, I
I think it
didn't.
was
I
like
was
Free,
sleeping.
Afro. Oh my god, they
Tree
were
guy?
so mad because they want. I think that's his name. Yeah. Anyways, there's like three of them, I think, and then they were mad because Black History would not let him talk, and he went through all that research and all them sources, and I was like,
Easy.
oh, thanks for being patient, thanks for being patient in the comments, and they were waiting, and he still, he wouldn't let up, and
He
then
wouldn't
so I think they got.
stop.
Yeah, I think they got on like Discord or something and started talking to each other about how to like bring my page down because all of them started at the same time. They all started saying the J word over and over and over again. Like
Are
it,
you
it was pretty
serious?
crazy, man. Yeah,
Oh my
and so
god.
they're straight up ops. They're straight up ops like that, but
That
it's
is
all good. They acted
annoying.
like they were, like they acted like they wanted to be part of the conversation, but later on, I just knew they wanted to shut it down. Well, it's
Yeah,
obvious. Like
Tree God does nothing but lie
we're
anyways.
all, yeah, exactly. I got all these. I had two different girls come up, Diamond and
I
them
never
fight.
Wayne, I
That
never
one girl thought she
Drake.
knew
All my
me.
life meant sake. If I did, I'm a nod. Miss Westy.
What you
I'm
sipping
sorry, guys.
on?
I was listening to Nicki Minaj before I got in here. So what's going on, guys? I don't know.
You were just telling me how the FBA is trying
What?
to end up pretending he's trying to get his page taken down.
Oh, really? Vibes doesn't do
Yeah, it
anything
was
though. He's so
crazy.
chill.
He's so chill.
Yeah, I mean, they just, I think I give them too much space to talk. I got to be more direct. I got to put my foot down. And then they can really hate me with a passion because I hate being in between. Like, oh, well, I know vibes. And I'm like, yeah, but like, you're not, you don't have my
Nah,
same
Vibes, you're pretty
position.
neutral
We don't,
because if it was my panel, they wouldn't be able to talk.
right. And that's what I got in trouble for today on, well, not by AA Tether, but the other Ngozi. Yeah. She was like, "You should have done this. You should have done that." But like, I wasn't
Yeah, she can
mod.
be pretty
He
obnoxious.
just
Don't worry
ended
about
up
her.
passing on.
Yeah, don't worry about Ngozi. Ngozi
Yeah.
and her fake Nigerian accent.
21. Remember 21? You came up a little tipsy last time. With
I know.
remember with the Somali girl.
I'm so
You were
sorry.
just killing.
Oh,
You're
that
like,
sounds like something I see
you
you do.
you were just like West though, like in the sense 21 just came up and she was like, "Give me mod." And I was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, give me mod.
Nah, I see
If
you
I'm
really
gonna
been
be
roaming
here,
these
give me
streets. These couple
mod."
days I've seen you.
Oh, I actually have, bro. Like me and my friend, we opened like a cleaning business recently, right? So I've been gone for like 2 months, but now things are finally calming down. I'm like, let me get back on this
Yeah,
TikTok shit and
Vibes.
see
You've
what
been
I want.
calling me the street sweeper, but Icy is actually the street sweeper because she's in every live. She's in every live dealing with them one by one.
I'm like, listen here.
You- Yeah, you threw me off with
She's
the
really the
profile,
sweeper.
and then I was like, "Who is 21 Savage?" Oh yeah, that's right, that's right. You
No,
guys,
I'm sorry.
yeah, you guys both do that. You guys like come on lives, and then you're on like three other lives or other. which I don't care. You know, I don't need undivided. I thank you for being here. We're gonna look. We already got 10 people. We'll have.
I love your partner.
I should
No, me and
change. I
Westy are
should change the
dangerous.
prompt though, because
Me and Westy literally
Yeah,
jump
yeah. Right now
everywhere.
with us, this is the power duo. So if you guys come up here acting up, we're gonna put you.
Oh God, we jump FBA.
We're gonna deal with y'all today. No mercy.
Westy, I miss you on
yeah, I got
Fendi's
the
channel.
I
You be
got the
killing me.
Bro,
got the
I used to really deal with them, and I
layers.
used to get free gifts. Yeah, I don't want the smoke, okay? Like,
How'd you guys meet?
You
said
I
how
don't
do we
know.
meet?
We
We met
met
on
on
the
an
side of
African
TikTok,
panel. Yeah, we met on an African panel
and
on
she
the
used
side.
to do her own lives. I went in there.
Yeah, that's actually what happened. You guys came on my live one day. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, and when I came on her live, she used to try to do that peaceful stuff. Like, no, guys, ignore them. I was like, nah. Like, that's the thing. Like, people think Icy is bad, but she used to be really neutral, though.
She's so
Like,
chill.
when they used to come on her live and be talking that nonsense, she used to be like, guys, no, let them, like, show themselves and stuff. I'm like, nah. Like,
I used to be
lenient.
so chill.
Yeah, she used to really be lenient. So if they think that she's worse now,
What
I don't
happened?
know. She lost her patience.
Yeah, literally, that's the best way to describe it. One day, like, I swear to God, I just heard one too many things about Africans, and it was the kids. Like, when they brought up our children, I was like, you're gonna bring up African kids? Okay, let me tell you about your kids. And then, I already passed the kid era. Like, so once we got past.
Yeah, we can't bring the kids into it. That's where it gets a little personal.
Sorry, my roommate called me. But yeah, then it came
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the gifts.
Thank you, guys.
Well, you know these
Look at
thirsty FBAs are
Molly.
gonna come on. Flirt with the African
He's funny.
sisters.
You know, Molly in the comments, he made a prompt, right? And it was like, oh, African American is a slur. Like, these FBAs are losing their minds. When I tell you, they're losing their minds. His prompt said African American is a slur. This is what happens when you're unemployed. This is what.
That's insane.
Oh my gosh.
I slur.
Yes, I wish I screenshotted the prompt, bro. I was like, bruh.
Let me read this prompt, okay. Who really decides your job or position in America? FBA or YT corporations and own? Oh, okay. Isn't rejecting Africans just externalizing this? Huh?
Go ahead, Twin. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm lagging.
Okay.
I'm lagging really bad.
It's okay. Isn't rejecting Africans just externalizing the same identity crisis biracials internalize? Yes. If proximity to whiteness affects biracials, why wouldn't proximity to MAGA affect FBA? It does affect them. That's why they behave the way that they do. They want to be just like their whitey daddies. Look at them, damn tethers, African booty scratchers. We don't even look the same. Monkeys. Bruh, this is a crazy topic. I love it so much.
Yeah, I didn't have it up too much longer. A lot of people got mad at this one, and they actually screenshotted me and like posted me on other pages. I was on the here, I'll show you. It was like the African coon. It was like a mirage of a bunch of different creators, and I was so honored to be on it,
Oh yeah, they posted me on one of those too. They posted me because I remember they had the boy version and the girl version. I was on the girl version. I got I think it was the Sandal Awards or something like that. That was funny.
The Sandal Awards.
Yeah,
the Sandal Awards is hilarious.
Yeah, they say we wear thong flip flops.
If they can only be that creative about like organizing amongst themselves instead of all the hate, I mean,
I wish that they could put this type of. Oh, I'm on there. I should be somewhere on there.
Yeah, I'm on here too. I see Gummy.
Yeah, you're
Westy,
nobody.
Me and
You're
you.
not
Yeah, I'm in the corner on the bottom with the brown shirt, but it's cropped. I'm under Vibes face.
This is so funny. Not Red. Red is just right there. Gummy is.
They just put anybody on there. Because that guy with the glasses, right? He be on Fendi Live. He doesn't do nothing.
I love how they got Pseudo up there. I'm sorry. No more Pseudo be eating them up.
I
Yes.
see. Why the fuck I went over on that panel and I was cussing them out, and then Unique, I went on my other page and Unique will bring her ass over there and be like, "That girl's African. I think it's Mandinka. Is her name's Mandinka?" I'm
What?
like, this bitch always trying to add her fucking 2 cents in some
Unique
shit.
is so
She
nosy.
like she just needs to mind her fucking business. Like she new around these streets. I told her she gonna get this mouth.
She will. Yeah, she's
She
gonna
gonna
get beat
get
the
the
fuck
virtual
up.
ass whooping that she looking
One
for.
day, Unique is gonna get doxxed, and she's gonna be shocked. Like her jaw will fall to the floor.
Like she over here doing, she needs to find something safe to do because what she doing is very unsafe.
They're gonna be like, Monique, ain't this your mama? What she gonna do then?
She did show a picture of her mom. I should have screenshotted it. I was being nice.
Somebody in the comments say y'all taking it to
Like,
haven't
why
seen
did she go
nothing,
there? And then
bro.
they don't even know the difference.
That's
No,
the thing
were
that
you
gets
just
me.
on the
Like,
other panel too?
yeah,
Who, me?
we were both on another panel.
Oh, I don't know which one.
I was on the one West Valley
I
was
think
on when the
no.
lady was asking about being a nurse.
Bridget.
I know she go ask me if I'm gonna be one back home.
Oh,
Like, is
never
this girl
mind.
actually okay?
No, Sister
Yeah.
Bridget is acting all innocent, like she doesn't go on Josh's live and cuss out Africans. I always have to like remove
I
her
know
from
when I
Josh's
told her I was a
panel.
nurse major and I'm almost done, she started speaking so nice to me. I'm like, bro.
Nah, I went there and cussed them out. I called her a pig face looking ass bitch.
And you want to know something crazy? Every time Spicy or Shippo would go and cuss, they would get mad at me. They'd be like, see what your fellow African did?
That shit was good. When they dropped you, I was like, why did you
Oh my
what's-
gosh, Ron. Ron, it's been so long.
Now you see what your fellow, but he was being rude. He was like talking about Bush me this and that, and I'm like, is
Yeah.
that supposed to hurt me?
Yeah,
He's
he was
like, he's like, what's your race and ethnicity? I'm like, oh, my race. And he's like, what's your race? I was like, oh my
I
god.
think
He was
that man
so
is
angry
slow
for no
though. I
reason.
think that man is slow though.
Wait, no, Spicy. You know he was actually like has some type of trauma because he said like some foreign nurse did
did.
something to his mother. I'm like, I don't know your mother. I was like, Spicy. I was like, I don't know your mother though. So why are you telling me?
Because I came up and I was actually like, there's a decline in nurses, which there is. There's a decline in nurses. Like, there's going to be an aging population, and there's not going to be enough nurses to meet the demands. And the lady's like, no, that's not true. Yes, it is very true.
They're so slow. They're so slow. I don't like it. I don't like Sister Bridget. That woman is ridiculous. She sounds like a
We are
nigga.
the world.
I'm so weak. Y'all making me laugh. Oh my god.
They're
They're
ridiculous.
so crazy. But I just be going over there to cuss them out. I don't be caring.
No,
about
one
nothing
thing
else.
about Spicy, she do not have no filter when it comes to them. She says it how it is.
No, and
That's
I
why
know.
I'm posting shit.
No, Wesley, were you there when Spicy was like, your collard green tastes like swamp water, and now Unique is mad as hell, just chasing Spicy
No, I wasn't
around.
there. I wasn't there. I
Now
just
she's
honestly couldn't
chasing
think like that.
Spicy around.
I'm like,
maybe
bitch,
that's why
I've
she
been
wanted me.
saying this. No one even takes it serious. I've been saying this.
Oh God, that's what kills me. I was like, this girl has to be new because why is she so stressed?
Nah,
Her
bro,
and
you
that other
cannot
girl-
let this out of TikTok stress
her
me
and
out.
the other girl, that one African girl, I like her a lot. Her name is Jonna. She's super chill, but even Jonna, she's like, when Abby didn't say anything, she's like, say something. You guys are bullying Abby. I'm like, no.
And everybody just quiet. Everybody just quiet.
And DJ said she ain't gonna say nothing. I was like, DJ.
And everybody just quiet and shit.
Oh
Like,
fuck.
oh my
God.
goodness. And then the other time she was like, I think it should just be respected and no one should use the word akata. And I'm like, girl, we all get disrespect. You think people gonna be holding your little what you feel is offensive? Like,
Wait,
nobody.
Spicy, you want to know something funny, bro? Do you guys know that AI guy? His name is AI.
Nah, I don't
He
think
be
I know.
Yeah.
you know he's half Jamaican. You know what? I caught him today. I went in the comments. He was talking mess about Africans. I was like, "You're a Caribbean Akata."
No, he's not only a Caribbean Akata, but he loves
So he's like-
African coochie, bro. That
No,
man
I'm telling you,
loves him
bro,
in
Spicy.
African.
You know, some of these
Is he?
FBAs are not even authentic FBAs. He's literally Caribbean himself. And he was talking about Jamaicans. He's half Jamaican.
Yeah, that's
Like,
why I met
what?
this one.
That's that
This one
dude.
on Ninkabu's panel. He was like half Bahamian, and he was like, "My family been here for hundreds of years." But I'm
He's
like,
half
"You're from the-"
Bahamian
They just
and
be
he's literally
lying,
on the
bro.
audacity to talk. Bahamian
Yeah.
people are literally directly connected to Ghana. Like my roommate is Bahamian. She really just talks about how she's Guyanese 24/7.
Yeah,
But Vines, what were you gonna say?
weird.
Look, I was just
Oh
gonna
shoot, the
say,
panel's full.
is
I'm
A
AI
real
scared. The panel's
FBA
full. I'm
just showed up to
scared.
this bitch.
Not you scared.
I'm
is
scared. No.
hold
Who's
on,
a
hold
A
on,
real
bitch?
everybody
black
mute up,
Who's a
American
mute
just
bitch?
up,
popped
everybody.
up.
Everybody, one mic, one
Isaiah,
mic.
mute up. Hold on, nobody asked you. Nobody asked you. Was AI the guy that always is cammed up and like sitting down?
Yes, yes, vibes. He's
Yes,
Jamaican.
yes.
He's literally Caribbean. He talks about
Okay,
Caribbean people all day. It makes no sense.
And he loves
gotcha.
African women. That
Okay,
man
so
was in my
we
DMs.
I bet I'm sure. I
Yeah,
like
he's
to
literally
thank
Caribbean.
I'd like to thank the women up here that are having so much fun, all the stress-free TikTok spaces, and look, everybody either wants to come to join on the fun, or they're just trying to crash the party. So we're gonna find this out, okay? Um, Wes, should I? I'll start it off, but Wes and 21 Savage are my mods, and also Ron
Yeah,
Ron.
we'll lead you guys
Um,
tonight, okay? We're gonna have a good time.
Nas, I don't know you, sister. Can you introduce yourself, please, with your race, ethnicity, where you're from?
Spicy is talking
Oh,
to
you
you.
mean me? No, $40 dates. What you want me to say?
If you just want to introduce yourself and you want to answer one of the questions on the prompt.
All
If
right.
not, I can.
So I'm Liberian. I mean, they call me Spicy. That was my name before, but yeah, just Spicy or no $40 dates, whichever one. Isn't rejecting Africans just externalizing the same identity crisis biracials internalize? Mm, um, I mean, I don't think so. I think it's kind of different because I think most biracials that I come across, I think they accept both sides. I think biracials, what I've heard is like other sides don't accept them. I feel they're rejecting Africans. I mean, I don't know. I just think that's self hate. But the biracials that I come across, I don't notice that about them personally.
I got you. Do you want to answer number 2 real quick?
Number two is proximity to whiteness. To whiteness affects biracials. Why wouldn't proximity to MAGA affect FBA? Yeah, I definitely think. Yeah, I think those two can be the same. I think FBA is kind of like MAGA, is kind of like the same thing.
Right. All right. Thank you for that. Appreciate your insight. Ron, we are the world. We are the children. Do you wanna do this too, Ron? Or should I? Do you want to
Uh,
introduce yourself?
nah, shit, I can do it. Where's the number? All right.
All right.
Isn't rejecting Africans just externalizing the same identity crisis biracial internalize? Internalize. Oops, my fault. I mean, yeah, yes, in a way, yes, it actually is though. But honestly, I think it's more understandable when we do it to the biracials, not really towards the Africans though, because I never understood that though, because it's part of your culture though. But because as far as I know though, Africans like they accept anybody though that's like a part of their culture though, and you can tell. But when it like come to biracial people, you know, they're also like mixed with either their colonizers race or like like yeah any other race though. So that race might not accept them because they might have too many black features. They're too dark, any of that stuff. So I don't think it's nearly the same though. But I think what's worse is not accepting Africans though, because of course we're the most hated race in the world though. So yeah. If proximity to whiteness affects biracial, why wouldn't proximity MAGAs affect FBAs? To me, it does affect FBAs though because these motherfuckers are simulating to the Republican and the whitey culture. So yeah, so I don't agree. I don't agree though. So nah, I'm not FBA though. I don't think the way that they think.
Yeah, facts, Ron. Thank you, man. Ron was like day one when I used to have the biracial. What was it?
The one
What
drop
was it?
of black,
Yeah, the
one
biracial.
yeah.
Yeah, the prompt. Yeah, yeah, the biracial prompt. That was the first one I started with. So yeah, you know the intricacies, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, we're talking about colorism, texturism, featureism, and these are all qualities that we see right now with the whole FBA thing. You know,
Yep,
you
and I
don't
see it
look
on
like
other
us,
people's panels
you don't
too.
talk like us. hmm hmm Exactly, Ron. Or you're copper colored colorist, right?
Yep.
You claim blackness, but you know, I don't know. It's not with all of them. Like the sister said before, that it really isn't. But the
No.
ones that do make it a thing, that do make themselves victims and stuff like that, that's where I'm kind of getting the parallels. All right, thank you, Ron. All right, let's go with FBA. FBA, welcome to the panel. Can I get you to introduce yourself with your race, your ethnicity, where you're from, and then you can respond to anything that's been said or answer. Let's go with one of the questions on the prompt so we can get through everybody.
All right. So, my name is Farah Baas, and my last name is Angelo, right? From Somalia, right? I'm 43 years old. But the thing is, I'm actually suing FPA because they stole that from us Africans because it's foundational Black Africans, right? So we already had that three alphabets. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
I got you. So you did the other trademark, but it's African. And I know I just put that too. Just trying to come up with creative things to say. But yeah, that's a good one. All right, Salaam alaikum, brother. Welcome to the panel, and let's move on to Tyler. Tyler, welcome to the panel, Tyler. Do you want to introduce yourself with your race, your ethnicity, and where you're from?
Okay, I'm Tyla. I'm from Brooklyn. My ethnicity is by Black American and Haitian.
Okay, welcome to the panel, sister. Do you want to respond to anything that's been said or answer one of the questions on the prompt?
Yeah. I feel like this whole Okay, I'm gonna just start answering questions. One, isn't rejecting Africans just externalizing the same identity? Crisis biracials internalized. I don't know about all biracials, but I know some of them do have a hard time like accepting their blackness, which is a very big thing in Black American, ideology nowadays. Like, it's like some of them acknowledge that African people were brought here to be enslaved, but they don't believe that they're mixed with any of it, like at all. You know what I mean? So that's that. So it's kind of like, it's definitely self-hate because it's like, bruh, we all look alike across the diaspora. You mean to tell me no African DNA reached you? Number two, yes, FBAs is basically Black MAGA because it's like this sense of like nationalism and country pride in a country that's literally always been against us. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't get the denying of Africa when people look at me all the time and assume I'm African. And if anything, just proves the existence of African people in America. Because if I'm fully American, my mother's from America and my father's from Haiti, which is part of the Americas. Technically, I'm full American. According to these people, Indian. Off first glance, these FBAs calling me African as an insult. I'm like, how you know your people so well? If you're looking at a full American right here, you mistaking me for African. That means clearly some motherfucking Africans done made it in my bloodline, and it is in yours too. That's all I gotta say. Cause when I tell you, I literally heard the craziest thing yesterday, and I wanted to know if I could like speak on that, but I'm gonna do that after everybody introduce himself.
All right, sister. Thank you. Appreciate that. And definitely understand. Definitely understand. All right, let's go with TXNA. I want to say Tina, but
Yeah, it's Tina.
how's it going? Hi,
It's
Tina. Can how's,
it's going good. I'm African American, so yeah, I'm African American. My mom American, my dad African.
Welcome to the panel, sister. Do you want to address anything that's been said or answer one of the questions on the prompt?
No, not right now.
Okay, thank you, Tina. We're gonna have an open panel right after we get done with these last two up here. It is Isaiah Harris. This is he was the pronounced FBA when he showed up. He's like, yeah, Big Daddy FBA in the building. What's up, Isaiah? You got my name, bro. You got my name. Oh, I shouldn't even have said that. That's not actually
Yeah,
my name. It's a variation of it. But go ahead, brother. Can you introduce yourself with your race, your ethnicity, where you're from?
yeah. So I'm 30. I'm black. I'm Texas, Black American, and isn't rejecting Africans, just externalizing the same identity crisis biracials internalized. No. And to say that, even to generalize or to spread the idea that biracials internalize an identity crisis is it's just telling to the kind of person or the type of live you're hosting. Weird that biracials of all
Isaiah, it
people
is
are.
literally a question. Just answer the question and move to the
Yo,
next
why
one.
are you
Thank you.
cutting me off? Like,
Because I'm a
I didn't cut
mod
nobody
and we
off.
need to go to the next guest, so just answer the question.
Okay, are you biracial? Did that like
No,
strike a
I'm
nerve
not.
with
I
you?
just would like for you to answer the question.
Isaiah,
Okay,
just
why are you
concentrate on the
so
second
hurt
one
by what
first.
I'm talking about?
Isaiah, just can you? I hear you, bro. We're just having this conversation. We're not weird for having it.
Yeah.
There's other panels talking about biracial issues and stuff like that. So I'm just making parallels, Isaiah. But go ahead with the second question if you'd like before I move on.
Yeah, you might be better off saying an identity crisis that the uh, transgender people internalize, and saying, and then just equivalating black people to problems that transgenders have. That's weird. That's anti-black. If proximity to whiteness affects biracials, I mean, proximity to whiteness would affect all black people, right? Because we're all, proximal to whiteness. Why wouldn't proximity to MAGA affect FBAs? Proximity to MAGA, you know, it doesn't really have an impact on FBAs. If anything, MAGA's proximity to us affects them, if anything. Yeah, yeah, they get the culture from us. We are America, not
Well,
them.
what
The
culture does
xenophobic
Mega get
culture.
from you?
Here we
You
go.
Yeah.
see,
No, no, no. I would just like to know what culture Mega.
um, something happened with my connection. Can everybody hear me?
Hear you.
Who got dropped? 21 Savage.
Wait, yo, you
Sorry,
gotta be.
that was an accident.
Yeah,
But
yeah. My sis gotta be here. We regulated stuff right now.
no,
We
but
will respond. We
I
will respond. Let me just introduce
okay.
21 Savage. Let me just introduce the other guy so everybody can
Oh,
dive
for
in.
sure.
Okay, and then we can all respond to each other in order. But let's go. For life. How's it going? Welcome to the panel. Can you
Was
introduce yourself?
was good, guys. My name is Nahimi. I'm Haitian, but I've been in America since I was like 3. So let's just say I've been indoctrinated into the American culture for a while now. Um,
Awesome.
I mean, I'm listening to everything that you guys have to say. So I'm pretty much. I want to answer regarding the what FBA buddy was saying, and I actually want to hear what the American culture is exactly because I have my own take on that. But I definitely want to make sure I address it in a way where it's like on topic because all this FBA stuff is coming from the left for me, but I definitely need some clarification on that.
All right, awesome. Thank you. All right, we'll have an open panel. 21 Savage and West. Go ahead. You guys can run it for a minute. We'll do a
Okay.
5-minute open panel.
All right. So Isaiah, just a quick question. So exactly what culture does Mega adopt from the FBA?
all of it. So American culture is the blueprint for American culture is what black people demonstrate.
So I'm
And
asking a very
so,
specific
Examples. Give us 3
question.
examples,
Yeah,
4
one second,
examples.
Naheem. Sorry, I'm just asking a very straight up questions. What culture does Mega adopt from the FBA? Just literally directly
and
answer. I don't
I'll
want to
do
hear
it
about
like
the
this.
history.
I'll say it
Wait,
like
wait, wait.
this.
Hold on, hold on. I don't want to hear about the
I got
history
the
of
answer.
American
Then
culture or
just
anything.
yeah,
Just
take the answer. Then
answer it.
Martin Luther King said at the end of his "I Have a Dream" speech, you know, free at last, thank God Almighty, we're free at last," which was ringing, that time period when Black people just became free. And then 100 years later, we get civil freedom. So he's like, free at last, free at last. But that's making America great again.
No, that has no correlation, sir.
Yeah, it
There,
does.
no, there's
You just don't. You just can't
Isaiah.
correlate
You're
it.
slow. Okay.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Next person can speak. Thank you.
So I just want to address that, right? Whenever somebody asks FBA or foundationally Black African American what the culture is exactly, there's never
Martin
a
Luther
true
King
answer.
speaking is not the answer for you, bro.
No, that's not a.
That's not
Do
a
you know
good
what
enough
culture
answer.
means? I don't think
That's
you
not a
understand
good
what
enough
culture
answer.
means. You
Yeah,
don't
Martin
even.
He
You
Luther
don't
King
doesn't.
ain't
understand
in your
what culture
No,
culture.
means.
Hold on,
Isaiah. No,
Isaiah.
Yeah, Martin Luther
Isaiah.
King ain't in the party.
Isaiah. One
Let him
mic.
argue.
Okay, I just wanted to let me land this. Whenever you ask them what the culture is, what exactly the blueprint is, there's no.
American culture.
See, there we go. There's no answer to it,
This
right? If
clown been
you don't
following me
know,
around all
you
Isaiah.
don't
day.
know
One
what
Yeah,
mic.
red lights.
he don't know what culture means.
Following me around all day.
He
He
doesn't
been on my
understand.
dick all day.
All right, we'll follow you in the comments. All right.
He doesn't know what culture means. So it's one of those things where right now he just kind of just regurgitating what he's hearing on the internet.
Yeah, you will not
Right?
turn this live into a hookah lounge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not happening. So one thing I'll say regarding this whole Black culture, and then I want to make sure I sound as respectful as possible. When it comes down to the Black culture, yes, it's something where it's more like a popularity contest, right? It's like, you guys want to dress like us, you guys want to sound like us, you guys want to be like us because we're so influential. Okay, but that's capitalism. That's what's being sold to the rest of the world. You guys are being promoted so you can sell shoes, Michael Jordan. You guys are being promoted so you can sell clothes, John. You guys are being promoted so you can sell music. You don't like, even right now, they're selling their catalogs and letting whomsoever use it for whatever they want to use it for. And you're claiming that as culture. Yes, you have a culture of resilience. Yes, you have a culture of, civil rights and going through what you've gone through. We accept that. But for you to look at people and say, well, you're just trying to be like me, you're just trying to own, trying to get what I've gotten, or you're trying to you're basically getting the benefit for what my ancestors fought for, it sounds ridiculous. Because you're looking at other people who are of your ancestry, you're looking at Africans, you're looking at Caribbean people who are literally, we just got dropped off on a different location, a different place. You're looking at them and saying, oh, you're coming to America to benefit off of what I fought for. You haven't fought for anything for the past 20, 30, 40 years. What are you talking about? The whole civil rights movement was so long ago that even now I keep telling people, there were immigrants that fought during the civil rights movement. There are immigrants in America at that time already. What is this fixation on, oh, well, I'm FBA, I'm not African, I'm not this, I'm not that. I am the American culture. Where's that coming from? Where's that coming from when you live in a land of capitalism? Please.
Yeah, I do want to say too. I mean, MLK to MAGA was wild there, Mr. Isaiah.
Low intelligence, bro. Low intelligence.
But yeah. Oh, dude, I forgot what I wanted to say. But go ahead, guys. Open panel. Sorry.
Okay. Here, I literally just want to come up and share this, and it's funny that you're Haitian because I'm half Haitian as well. I can't see your username, but the person that with yeah,
Me?
you, yes, I'm Black American and Haitian. So I'm on another live, right? And I'm picking people's brain because I'm on the we not African, we Indian type live. Okay, so walk with me. So they bring up Caribbeans and bring up how, Caribbeans is Indian as well. I'm like, okay. So I'm like bringing up different examples of like proof of, African genealogy in the Caribbean and in America. So then I bring up voodoo and I'm like, okay, what about voodoo having like obvious, very strong ties in Benin? And the person tells me that, it actually originated in the Americas, right? But a conquistador like a colonizer, came to, what did he say? Like South America, the Caribbean area. I listen, I don't know. And capture people, brought them to Benin. The Native American people taught the Benin people in Benin voodoo.
You can't listen to that type of rhetoric because that's
Bro,
people making up stuff or taking other dialogue and knowing it's not true and then trying to disprove what you're saying. Because imagine someone looking at you and saying, "Oh, even though the people of Benin, even though the people of Africa have been around for thousands of years and they've been doing what they've been doing for thousands of years, they're gonna look at you and say, even though the colonizers went over there, didn't understand anything." They didn't grasp anything that they had going on, but they took their form of medicine, they took their form of science, they took everything that they had, and now they're gonna look at you and say, "Oh, no, we actually brought someone from the Americas over to Benin, and that's how it happened." That's someone that's trying to look at your form of intelligence, seeing how they can mold your mind to believe what they're saying. It's nonsense. You got to hold on to your truths, because I'm be honest with you. You said you're half black and half Haitian, right?
yeah.
Your ancestry alone is so powerful that they can't talk to you. Your blood has so much power. There's no FBA in any conversation that can look at you and talk to you. They can't talk to you because they're
Bruh,
gonna try to minimize you. They're gonna make you try.
yeah.
They're gonna try to make you feel small.
I've literally been told I'm not black or I'm not.
Bro, I
Yeah,
am tired of this.
yeah.
Yo, what's it called?
Here we
Vibes, give
go.
me mod.
Oh,
Give my mod back because I
okay.
don't have it for some reason. Because
Yo,
Icy's
so
not
this
here, so
guy,
I gotta help regulate.
this Haitian came up on a live earlier talking about he's from the hood. He was
Anyways,
saying that this Haitian that's up here, he's not black. I asked him straight up, is he black or not? He said, no,
You're
he's
the one
not
that was
black.
asking
I
broad
don't
questions, not making any
understand.
sense. Go ahead, let him talk. Let him talk. He's gonna talk in circles. Let him talk.
No, wait, Isaiah, you have to wait, dude. I think
Yeah, you have to wait. You don't own this
you're just having
panel.
yeah, dude, just chillax, Isaiah. I
Can
brought
I
you
So
back
can I
up.
can
y'all
I
let the
clarify?
Haitian
Can I
tell me
clarify
to
what he's
go, and then
saying?
y'all told me not to go.
Can I
So
clarify what he was saying? Because he was on
the
that
Haitian
panel.
is trying to run your panel, telling me when
Okay,
to
I'll be
talk.
quiet. I'll be quiet.
Oh, this
Yeah,
was
shut
another.
up.
This happened
Hey,
somewhere
there
else.
would be no Haitian
Isaiah,
slander.
Isaiah, hold on, bro. Look, all the beef that you guys might have in another panel, just don't bring it here. Let's just start
Yeah,
fresh.
guys, this is not that type of panel. This is an African panel, so behave yourself.
So, who was that sister that the brother was saying that she has really strong blood? She doesn't have to talk to an FBA. She doesn't have to even entertain
It's
like
this Haitian
an
coon.
interrogation tactic. Isaiah,
Let me address him. I'll address him. I'm be honest with you.
he's in
Wait,
the
why did
comments.
Isaiah
So
drop?
no, I had to drop him.
Yeah, he dropped
Oh,
him.
okay, okay.
Okay, I'll address. Can I address what he was saying? Because that panel. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was on that panel, it was hilarious because what they were trying to ask or what they were trying to say, right? They were like, the question was, oh, why don't immigrants go back to their country and do or build or basically try to do what they're doing in America? How come they come to America and they never try to go back, right? And I was making a tie to how some people who are raised in the hood or some people who come from the hood, once they make a certain amount of money or once they like basically find success, they move out of the hood. And most of them were like, oh, I moved 10 minutes away. I moved 15 minutes away, but I didn't leave that area. I moved 10 minutes away. And I'm like, bro, that's like 10 minutes of driving is like 7 miles. That's like 10 miles. Like, you can't even really, that's far away from that. You're literally proving my point. How come you didn't just stay where you were? How come you didn't stay in your neighborhood? Oh, you don't understand the hood. You're not black. You're not this, you're not that. I'm like, so now you're attacking me after I answered your question. Why would an immigrant who comes into America looking for benefits, looking for opportunity, they find it and then they're living here? Let's say, and I even gave him the example when Wyclef tried to go back to Haiti and he tried to change stuff, they shot him. What was the back and forth? Like, I literally was like, what is this back and forth you guys are trying to perpetuate right now? Because I'm answering your questions and I'm gonna be quiet.
right. So again, this is why we don't entertain them, because they only ask so they can start judging you, right? So that they only need you to say that you're not from here. You speak a different language. You have immigrant parents. They even turn on each other. If they're not even all on the same page, but they still turn on each
100%.
other for some reason. So yeah, you guys have to protect your energy. You know what I mean? Because this is what they live off of. But anybody else want to talk, or Wes? You can. I just gave you mods. Did you get it?
Yeah,
Hello.
thank you. I was trying to make sure everyone was able to say anything that they had on the
Hello,
mind.
guys.
Oh, what's up, Shippo? What's up?
Hello, I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, let guys give the mic to Shippo, please. Okay.
Oh shit, Shippo.
Give the
Oh
mic. You
shit.
guys be respectful. And Shippo, do you have anything you want to add to the conversation?
Oh yes.
All right,
Nobody.
you have the floor.
Yeah. So like nobody takes them seriously. There's no such a thing as an FBA. It's only on TikTok. Okay. We only call them FBA to differentiate them from like the non-xenophobic ones. Okay. They don't speak for every single Black American. They don't speak for all Black Americans. Okay. It's just weird. They say that the term African American is a new term, but what about the term foundational Black American? Black American. It was created in 2020 when everybody was confined because of COVID. They don't make sense. Okay. And most Black Americans don't even know what FBA means. Like, come on, guys. That is ridiculous. And biracial people need to have their own classification. You guys are not Black. You're not. Stop overshadowing monoracial Black people. You guys are also very problematic. I mean, but that it's not my concern because it's in the U.S. Yeah, okay, in the U.S. you guys can cosplay as monoracial Black people, but in Africa you would never be able to do that. Never. Okay. Why are you laughing?
No, it's the way you said never.
And why do you think that, Sheppo? Is it because they will be like easily like pointed out from the rest, or is it kind of like we have diversity too in Africa, right? And like the thing here with Black Americans, like they how do I put this? But here, just answer that first one. Why would it not be? Why would Africa not tolerate it in Africa?
No. We have mulatto people in Africa, but like we acknowledge their history. In America, I feel like people want to dilute, their whiteness and make them fully Black, and it's weird. Like, for example, like in Cape Verde, there's people that are like heavily mixed with the Portuguese to the point where they have like Eurocentric facial features. But like people, we have terms we have many terms to refer to them. We're not gonna just be like, oh, they're Black, like. But in America, it's the other way around. It's so weird. Like this, you swear that you despise your oppressors, but every time you get a chance to hold on to them, like you don't want to let it go. Like it's weird.
Crazy. It's crazy you said that because the talking points they're using in this other panel, not the one that the buddy was referencing, they were basically being like, oh, when we used to work in the factories, when my ancestors used to work in the factories and work in the companies, and then they took the factories away and sent them overseas, they did that so they could make sure we weren't getting no money. And some of the other immigrants that were on there, they were just like, so what exactly are you saying? They took your jobs away, and now you're mad that we're over here and we're able to get jobs? I'm confused. Like there's so much confusion with what's being said or what's being like the rhetoric. It just doesn't make any sense.
Right, I do want to say this before we.
Let me finish. I was not done talking.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, guys, yeah, people like Zendaya. Zendaya is a tether. She should not represent Black people.
Hey, not too much on
You can't
Zendaya.
throw the T. You can't throw that T word over here, bro.
Okay, but she's
not too much
you
on
never really
Zendaya.
you never introduced yourself.
Let's make sure we stay on topic.
Guys,
Thank you.
let me.
I didn't even get to introduce myself.
I know. I'm sorry, bro. I am. So
I told
sorry.
you guys to behave yourselves.
I never got an introduction. Race, ethnicity, and where you're from, please.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
I'm from Liberia, and I'm 19 years old. What?
Liberia and what?
Yeah, he's from Liberia. That's true.
Oh my God!
I can't hear him.
Oh my God! Let me finish. I'm Liberian. I'm 19 years old, and I'm Black. Okay.
Okay. Welcome to the panel. Go ahead, brother.
Thank you. Yeah. I said people like Zendaya should not be the face of Blackness. That's what I said. We need people who look like Viola Davis, and unfortunately, they're underrepresented. Okay, because of Zendaya, like that's a mulatto. She cannot be the face of blackness. That's it. Get it together. Thank you.
They're trying to erase.
Thank you
They're
so much for
genuinely
that shit,
trying
bro.
to
I really learned a
erase.
lot from you today.
I think they're genuinely trying to erase like full monoracial Black American people from the media, because it's a lot of like mixed people and biracial people that like are the face and represent Black people in TV shows and all that. But in reality, they're like 60%, you know, 3 grandparents, 1 grandparent, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. We have a new guest on the panel, Trey. Hi, Trey. How are you doing today?
Yo, how y'all doing? What's going on?
We're good. We're good. Your race, your
Wait,
ethnicity.
I see. Hold on. The order is wrong. The guy under you, Vera Damo, is supposed he been waiting for a minute.
Oh, Vera's been waiting. Okay,
yeah, it's him and then the Trey guy. I just upped him.
Okay. Sorry. Vera, your race, your ethnicity, and how do you feel about the prompt today?
Hello, Veradamo, Black American, where I'm from, DC, and let me answer the problem. Is it rejecting Africans, just externalizing the same identity crisis biracials internalize? I actually probably need to think on that one a little bit more, but I think the proximity to whiteness affecting biracials, why would it proximity to MAGA affect FBAs? I don't think really that FBA and MAGA could even be considered within the same proximity. But
Didn't say that.
Just because it's like this is mostly an online thing in terms of the FBA. Like, yeah, it's been a kind of like a movement that's been like a lot of times like grown really large recently, like really, really like mainstreamish. But
so okay, I do understand that, like, you know, for the most part people think it's like an online thing, right? But do you ever think about like, okay, if these people exist online, they exist in person? You know, like examples of this is like, you know, one time, and this is before FBA even became a thing, a bunch of Black Americans literally were trying to mock Africans by sending over water bottles to Africa as some kind of like big joke, right? Or like, you know, personal experiences I've been asked by Black Americans, like, do Africans wear shoes? Do you guys have running water? Like, just super ignorant, like stuff that FBA would ask, right? So I feel like even if some people don't identify with FBA, they still have that mindset, and those people live in real life. So
no, don't get me wrong. Those people are real. Like those people are 100% real. Like I'm not going to take that away from anybody and their experience, you know, but as a Black American, you know, and as I think the sentiment of why this has become such a thing within the Black American community, you know, because for me, both my parents are also Black American, you know, descended from slaves, all that, rada, ray, ray. But how I think this all even started in the first place was just for the fact of, and this isn't to put it on any of y'all, but how in the beginning and how when all this started, because if you remember back in the day in the 90s, 80s, we like Black Americans were very, very, very keen on, hey, I have ancestors in here. I want to be back to the motherland. I want to do this. I want to do that. Daishikis, all this and such. And you know what the overwhelming response was? Well, it was, no, you're not. It was
only laughing because wait, I just want to hear this. So like, what do you mean by that?
I think a lot of it has to come with spite. I think a lot of it is pettiness and spite. On what y'all are saying the FBA side is, it's spite. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Let me tell you what it is. It's mental enslavement. That's what it is.
Yes, Queen at the top. You at the top. Yes.
Those black Americans don't know who they are. That's what it is. That's the problem.
And I just want to know, like,
you don't have to be accepted by the Africans to understand that Africa is the motherland, and that's where you come from as a Black person. All 100%. Black people are from Africa.
And I just want to know.
I don't understand the foolishness that these people keep making these panels and getting up on here talking all this bullshit. I'm Black. I'm from Africa. If I go to Africa today and the Africans decide they don't want to accept me as an African, that's dumb. That's their problem. I know where I'm from. That's where I originated from.
One second with him. I just wanted to finish. I just wanted to get okay.
You're from Jamaica. I just heard you on another live getting
right, like basically.
Leave her alone.
Yes.
So was there like
I am Jamaican. Yes.
Sorry, Bankroll. One second.
Guess what? They were slaves in
Bankroll,
Africa.
one sec, boo boo. Okay, Vera, just because I was in the middle of a question for him, right?
Yeah.
So when you say that Africans are right, this is not like a majority of Africans. Like this is like you guys are literally telling us anecdotal stories that you never even lived through, right? You're hearing
Anecdotal?
this.
No,
Yeah,
it's
like
not
this person.
anecdotal.
Hold on. But this is not something that was widely happening. There was no active movement of Africans against Black Americans. There's like none of that really existed. Like there was no actual hate. You guys are hearing these stories and running with it. Have you actually ever had an African turn their nose up at you? Have you actually seen that in person, in real life? Or are you just telling us what you've heard and
I have more than
regurgitating
4
it?
to 5 Somali friends. I have one Jamaican friend. I have the Somali, from what my Somali friends, just off a rip, I'm just giving one example, have told me is how a lot of when their parents and grandparents came over here, a lot of times they were told to not be around, to not associate, to not emulate African American individuals.
Sir,
Oh my God.
wait,
That's
one second,
trauma,
Shipper.
big dog.
Wait,
Can I
wait,
go
hold
next?
on.
And it's not from a trauma point.
You
If you guys can
Shipper.
accept
Just let me say
that
this
at
and
the
then you
same
got it.
time Black Americans
Vera,
have
you don't
treated
come.
y'all a certain
Vera,
way, why is it so hard to believe that that has happened the other way around?
Vera.
It's
First
not
and
that they don't
foremost,
believe you,
what's
gang.
saying to him?
We
Sorry,
believe what? There's
I'm
so many
gonna.
people talking. What's happening?
Yeah, let me just land this point and then I'll go mute. So Vera, here's the thing, right? So like you literally have this both ways. You know, African parents literally, like my mom will literally tell me not to hang out with certain cousins because they act certain ways and so forth. I'm not saying that, you know, your Somali friend hasn't told you that, right? But you cannot tell me that you have literally experienced this in real life, this of Africans doing that. No, you haven't. Your Somali friend is telling you about his parents and what they say, right? They're still your friend. That Somali is still your friend, right? So clearly that didn't affect them. They are still your friend because you're still here right now telling us about your friendship and what they told you. So
And
like
what?
clearly,
But do you know why
sorry,
I was
Bankroll, let me
Go ahead,
land,
accepting
let me
finish.
Hold
land,
on,
let me
You know
hold on,
land,
why?
let
hold
me
on.
land, let me land, let me
Yeah,
land, let me
Icy
land.
land.
Let me land. Okay, thank you. So at the end of the day, right? I feel like this is just all made up. Like, when has an African actually turned their nose up at you?
No, I see. It
Hold
might
on,
not
hold
be
No,
on.
made up
do
though. I
you know
can't lie
why I
because
got
some people
accepted as
actually
their
say it
friend?
happened.
Because they
I
considered
knew
me
that
as
was
one of the
you,
good
Rich.
ones. Because even despite the fact that they didn't know anything about me, right? I had to literally work my way into becoming friends with them because I didn't have certain qualities, certain demeanors, hell, even the sound of my voice
My brother,
was
can I
seen as,
talk to you for a
oh,
second? Can I talk to you for a second?
yeah.
All
I
right,
was
so I want to clarify a few
21
things for
topic. I
you.
was supposed to go next.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's still open panel,
Working
guys.
with
It's
Icy.
still
Don't make me laugh in the comments.
hold
Okay.
on, hold on. We're gonna
Yeah.
do it like this. Hold
I
on,
I
bro.
want to address him real quick. Can I
I
please
know.
address him?
Hold on. I do. Yeah. So how we're gonna do it is the guy with the 41 Somali friends. You know what you sounded to me like? You know when those people try to convince us that, you know, like white people are like, I have a black friend. You know, I understand. I know what you guys are saying. Like,
But how are you
Don't
saying
don't
that
do
when
that.
you guys say the same thing that
and
is
then
happening to
how
y'all from Black
Don't
Americans?
do that. Don't do that. Hold on. Let me address this,
But we're not
please.
saying, but Vera, we're not saying as Africans, we're not saying, oh, Black Americans' parents are telling them not to hang out with us. And no, we're literally telling you guys that you guys are making fun of our children being unalived in Africa because we have experience of it. I could literally tell you 3 times today where a Black American made fun of the situation that African kids are going through in the continent.
Okay,
I
I
can
can
give
name you
you
4
multiple,
times where
one
Tano,
y'all
second,
go
wait,
please.
where
I can give you
Guys,
it's
multiple
based on the Black
examples.
Americans
guys,
to
I want to
Canada.
speak. Guys, I want to speak.
All right. Let's go
That's the
to
difference.
the I,
real
Mr.
examples and
I,
fake
and then
Okay.
examples.
Is it real examples
introduce.
because
Yeah.
it's
I
You
think
you?
this needs a showtime because it looked
I
like
don't think
everybody got
that's
something to
fair.
say.
I
You're
would
right.
let
You
me
guys
go
know how to.
first.
You guys know how to do it, right? Well,
Yes, we know how to do it
and
because
then
this is too much.
Okay.
go ahead.
Put,
I don't know how to do Showtime.
okay.
What's it
Go
called?
ahead.
Can you start the showtime, Icy? Because
No,
everybody got
no.
something to
Put
say.
me first, please. I was supposed to
No,
go.
we can go down the line.
Let me go.
No, me first.
He talking about let me go.
No, me. Guys, I hope I'm
Sorry.
first. Okay. The guy who said Africans told you said that your Somali friends told you that their parents told them to stay away from Black Americans. Okay, but like Somalis are Somalis. Like Africa is a continent. Like there are billions of Africans living on the continent of Africa. We're not a monolith. Okay, do not homogenize Africans. And also, if your kids are juvenile delinquents, I'll keep mine away from them. Okay, this has nothing to do with your demographic group. Okay, you can be Latino, black. You could be Latino, Black American, etc. I don't give a fuck. If I know that you're a juvenile delinquent, I'll ask my kids to stay away from you. Okay, that's it. You guys don't want to take accountability. You need to hold a mirror up to yourself. Your kids are bad. They are the ones who bully people the most. They were the ones who were calling people African booty scratchers. So stop it. Okay, that's it. You raise your kids well, and people won't ask their kids to stay away from them. That's it. Okay? Tell them to stop
All
tell
right.
them to stop smoking marijuana instead of
Well, relax. Again,
anyway.
these are all stereotypes, and it happens in all groups.
No. I'm telling you.
The
I
the
teach
better
I
way
teach
to the
French, and
better way to say
let
it.
me tell you this. Let me tell you this.
I thought you were
I
done.
teach French. I teach French in America. They skip my classes. They be smoking marijuana and other illicit substances. They're vagabonds.
We all smoke marijuana. Listen, man.
But like when you were like 13 years old, that's not okay. That's not okay.
Okay. All right, man.
They're vagabonds. Like I'm telling you, I'm scared of my. Sometimes like maybe they might just jump me one day. Who knows?
Okay, gotcha. Here, I
Okay, I wanted to
to.
make sure I clarify a few things because it seems like we're all starting to attack each other, and we're
No,
just.
no. Here. Let me just say this before you talk. I'm sorry.
Can my time be
We'll give you.
paused then?
Yeah.
That's madness.
We'll give you the time. All right.
Thank
I just
you.
want to lay it clear with immigrant parents and all that stuff that most parents want to protect their kids. They tell them don't go hang out with these people. Don't go hang out with those. You know, they want you inside. They want a curfew, just like Black American families do with their own. You know, they tell their kids too, don't go hang out with the drug dealers. Don't, you know what I mean? So like obviously like the what is it called, the aesthetic of it might look different in different communities, but I mean overall that's why I wanted to tell Vermo or whatever. uh Please restart his time and then you can go.
I don't even think my time's gonna get restarted, but so I'm just gonna address what was it Vera was saying. My brother, I just want you to understand something, okay? We all been tricked by the media. The same way my African sister here was saying, oh, they were calling me this, they were addressing me like this, and that. That's the media, right? So imagine if you're an immigrant coming to America and you're watching the media, you're watching the news, you're gonna generalize. You know, your parents are gonna. I'm about to become a parent, so it's like one of those things where I'm gonna tell my kids, hey, make sure you don't hang out with whomsoever. Make sure you don't do this, and that to protect them. I completely understand that. But what you're failing to grasp is that your Somali friends discerned that you were not amongst what their parents were warning them about. That's why you were still able to become their friend. So that I understand you're still kind of holding on to that and you're like using that as a point of reference moving forward. But you have to remember the media was pitted against all of us. I don't believe that's what the other brother was saying.
I don't know what's happening right now, but does anybody have control over the showtime? Can you guys customize it? You guys got to show me how to do it because I don't. We'll give you some time back, bro. I'm sorry. Take a note of that last thought.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah, listen, I'm not coming from a place of trying to attack anybody here. And truth be told, there's a huge bigger problem than just whole FBA, African, and all this other stuff. You know, it's affecting everybody. I understand that is the point, you know. But I'm just trying to explain a certain mindset on when you see somebody a certain way, right? Especially when you have to prove yourself. Because like you guys said, you know, it's understandable that at a point you don't want your children hanging around something that could give you, like, that could affect them, right? But the fact that I have to even go through that passing door to be considered that in the first place. So like off rip, I'm already seen as a thug, a game maker, or rude and disrespectful, or I'm going to make somebody a baby mama, smoking weed, or I'm going to go kill somebody else out in the street over some shit. And then On top of all of that,
Unalive, brother. Unalive.
yeah, and unalive. Sorry about that. But on top of all that, right? Then that could be all okay. One of the people that have actually protected me in my life, the first person who's ever protected me when I got assaulted, was a Sudanese man. So I can never just look at people who share the same skin as me and ever be in that situation where I'm like, oh no, oh you guys aren't this, aren't that. But we have to be honest, just as much we're honest about how Black Americans are, and the truth about that, on how the xenophobia mixed with the brainwashing of racism can affect people that come over here.
All right. Let's let Bank go next. I think Bank was waiting. Wes, my mod. What's up with my mods, man? They're probably doing some other shit. I'm gonna end Showtime.
Oh, hello. Oh, guys, why was I talking? I was on mute. What the frick? Wait, Vibes, who did you want me to run back? Because I also had something to say.
Yeah, go ahead, and then I think who was it that didn't get a chance? Nihi. I can only see
guys,
forward.
I'm gonna be really, really quick. I just want to add on to what Vera Damo said. So here's the thing, right? I just want and this goes for Black Americans and Africans. I want us to be transparent, and I also want us to be I want us to not be disingenuous, right? Because there's propaganda on both sides, right? Just the way Black Americans are represented a certain way on Western media, right? That's the influence it has on society. That's why a lot of foreigners come here and assume something. Just the way on Western media, they they show the homeless and starving African kids and things like that, and oh, you guys assume that Africans don't have water and that they all live in mud huts and things like that. There's propaganda on both sides. So I feel like we shouldn't be disingenuous, because some of the things that Black Americans are claiming that Africans were having preconceived notions about them, you guys had it against Africans too. Like till this day, there's still Black Americans that go around saying, oh, Africans, they don't have electricity, they don't have water, they don't have this, they don't have that. So it's happening on both sides. There's stereotypes on both sides. I feel like there's preconceived notions about each other on both sides, right? That's the thing. Because even at me with the immigrant mother, right? Her coming here, she did not have a problem with Black Americans, right? She just literally saw things on the media, just like how you guys are saying that they portray you guys a certain way. Like people just, see things and they think certain things, but also it's up to them to grow and understand that, that's not a representation of everyone and things like that.
Yeah, I think can we get Bank and then Nihi, I cannot say that.
Okay, I'm just gonna get to the bottom line of this whole situation. Black America has been hating Africans since slavery time. I mean, it's like you guys said, it's all in the movies. It's all in the TV. Look what Trey was in class. Trey said we all originated from Africa. Africa is the motherland. What the little kids said, I ain't no African booty scratcher. Look at Coming to America. Them Africans came to America, and look how they spoke to them in the barbershop. Black Americans have been mentally enslaved, mentally wired to hate Africa. And that was caused by slavery. And until they understand that, they're never going to understand life. They want to be different. They want to be something other than Black. We're all Black. We're all African. So I don't understand the confusion. Everybody's like, oh, I'm not African. I'd never be an African. Yeah, you are an African. Like, just let it go. Like, I don't understand. Like, who are you trying to be accepted by stating that you're not an African and you're native to the American land, which is a stolen land, may I add? Like, I don't think anyone knows who was originally here when what? Like, it's just ridiculous. Everything that the FBAs and the Black Americans want to come up with to disconnect themselves from Africa is foolishness. It's no one has given me a substantial reason as to why they believe that they're different from other Black people. It's like Black people just constantly need to be at war. If we're not at war with someone, then I mean they can't fucking function. I don't know if they'll ever understand peace. It's just ridiculous. I will never understand these people.
Right. And that's what they want us to believe. You know, especially if you're uneducated, you don't know about history, and you haven't been taught any better. Remember, being uneducated breeds ignorance. You know, and it's just from being uneducated. You don't know where you came from. But this is what they wanted. Because they love division, and a lot of people need to realize that. You know, yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we hear you, sister. Go
Yes,
ahead.
yes. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I was mentioning that a lot of us are just ignorant because we're uneducated. You know, but you have to understand and realize that the oppressors, this was their call. This is what they wanted. Like me, for example, it took me time to learn about Africa. We weren't taught about Africa in school. It seemed like they just smeared that. They didn't want us to know about slavery because they knew it would cause, situations. Maybe it would cause an uproar, per se. So we weren't taught that in elementary and middle school and high school. They taught us other things. And yes, I sat there amongst, other immigrants or other races, and they also made fun of the Africans too. Oh, wow, they're unclothed, they don't wear shoes. And to come and find out years later, Africa and Africans are one of the most beautifulest people on this planet. Okay? But remember, the oppressors, that's what they wanted for you to think. So you could suffer from identity loss. And if you don't know where you came from, you don't know who you are. You don't know your value. So you just go for anything. And that's how they keep you enslaved. Now, I'm not with division and things of that nature. We don't have to be divided or separated as a peoples or as a country, but you have to know where this all rooted from.
You're not wrong. I got a phone call in the middle of what Vera was saying, but I'll unmute you, kind of just to kind of get a little bit more basis on where this, where this whole idea that Africans have just always hated you guys in the 80s. Africans are just like, ugh, like you're not African. Like, I want to know where that comes from, because honestly, in my heart of hearts, I don't believe it. I feel like it's an excuse a lot of FBAs or a lot of people that are, FBA adjacent use, right? I don't think it's based in actual reality. So, but I do know one thing: when or any other African or any other Caribbean or even African Americans who don't identify with FBA whatsoever, when we talk about what FBA does, we talk about it from actual real life lived experiences, right? So, yeah, if you could just explain that to me, that'd be nice.
Yeah. So, I think it's not fair that my experience is being denied, but I'm not saying it as to be like, oh, a lot of Africans, they haven't dealt with this type of situation with Black Americans. I'm not saying that. I believe it. But in that same course, you have to believe that a lot of times, a lot of Africans have had that thought process towards
Yeah, but you
Black
haven't
Americans.
given me like any actual solidified examples of things that you've experienced personally.
I literally just told you.
No, you said your Somali friend, right, told you that his parents said this and this and the third, right? That's an anecdotal experience, right? I get that, right? I could say that as well, right? But like Africans as a whole, we don't have any hostile feelings towards you guys. So you saying like in the 80s and stuff, Africans were just turning their noses up at Black Americans, that makes no sense. That wasn't happening.
Okay, let me clarify for him or for both of you, right? Like I said before, it's a media thing. And when I say that, you guys have to understand what he's experiencing is somebody or his friends telling him directly what his parents said. And that's his personal experience. We can't diminish that. We can't make that small, or we can't minimalize that, because that's someone looking at him and judging him before they even get to know who he is as a person. That's one. And regarding what both of my African sisters are saying, yes, that's happened as well, where black African Americans are basically, oh, you guys are African booty scratchers, you guys live in huts, you guys live in teepees, you guys don't have an electricity. That's due to the media. That was what was being portrayed to people to send money to Africa. Like, that's why those experiences, those stories, imagine we're going to school, of course people are gonna make fun or poke. They're children. But as adults, or how we're old now, how old you guys are now, you guys have to learn how to move past that. Because with your personal experiences now, you guys have to be able to be like, well, I've met a lot of Africans, and I've never seen one just openly start scratching their butts. And me being raised in the hood, I've experienced a lot of extremes, but me knowing the history of black people and where they come from, yeah, I had friends that were 13, 14, 15 that was smoking weed. I didn't choose to smoke weed with them because I knew better. But that's the reality of what we live in. As we are individuals now, we have to discern, and we have to be able to move past it, because that's propaganda. You guys are smarter than that. Don't attack each other. Don't attack him for saying, oh, or don't attack collectives and be like, oh, you guys were saying this about us. That's back then. We're here now. Let's move forward.
Hey, Nehem, I just have a quick question. If you don't mind coming off me for me, just for 1 second.
What up?
Are you continental African?
No, I'm Haitian.
Okay, so the reason that I I'm just on the fence with it, right? Because even with the media aspect of it, as Africans on the continent, we really were not exposed to Black American media that much.
Okay.
Honestly, we really weren't. I'm pretty sure growing up, I the most Michael Jackson, because he came to Africa all the time, right? I knew a lot about Michael Jackson, but we weren't exposed to them as heavily as you guys were in the Americas, right? So that wouldn't even make sense. Nobody ever, okay, the first bad experience or the first bad thought that I ever had about an African American was a direct interaction I had with an African American that was just ignorant,
Okay.
And a lot of
But did you
Africans have the same
go ahead?
story.
But can you understand that direct experience that you had with said person? Do you understand what happened to them collectively, or the history that they've gone through for them to be the way they are?
Yeah, but
Imagine
that's
you're
not
talking to an individual. You're talking about an individual person that's literally been propagated to be the way they are.
No,
Like,
and I understand that, but
okay.
if we can't use that as an excuse for everybody else, we're not allowed to use it as an excuse for them. Caribbean people, right? Caribbean people went through the same things that a lot of Black Americans went through, but I don't see Caribbeans randomly asking Africans if we have water at home or if we wear shoes. And I'm pretty sure you guys were exposed to the dollar a day commercials too, right? So it just doesn't make sense. I think the excuse making and the coddling is kind of crazy, but okay, that's just me.
Yeah, what's good, everybody? So yeah, I feel like when people claim is well, let me introduce myself. So look, so I'm new to the panel. I live in America, but I like to say I'm an African in America. But what I wanted to say was, we hear a lot of people talk about how they native, but they look just like us from, people from Africa. But the thing is that, I feel like they're trying to align themselves with the original people that, as most original as they could here. But I feel like they're doing it the wrong way. They're trying to say, oh, I'm native. And to them, that means that they was here first. But I really feel like, if they did their research, then they'll see that actually Negroes was here first. Africans was here first. Even before those natives or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of people who have who look just like African, but they rather be called Asiatic or something. But like I said, if people did a lot of the research, then they'll see a lot of the things that they're claiming actually links to a lineage and an ancestry that's not even part of theirs. You get what I'm saying? When they're really African, but they're some people like to listen to people and they like to, oh yeah, you know, that sounds original. But really, you're supposed to acknowledge that under the African umbrella and claim our land that way. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna end the showtime because people can't see the prompt. But let's just have an open panel. Oh wait, we haven't introduced
Queen.
Queen. Hey Queen, welcome to the panel. Can you
Hi.
introduce yourself? Welcome to the panel.
Thank you. So my name is Carlene. I am from Trinidad and Tobago, but I've lived in the US for 7 years, and then I left, and currently I reside in Ghana, which most of us know is on the continent of Africa. And first of all, there's so much to unpack in this conversation. But what I want to say is that kudos to you guys for having this conversation, because these are conversations that need to be held on a broader scope so that we could first re-educate ourselves. When we re-educate ourselves, we'll have a better understanding. What I've been hearing is a lot of people speaking of their isolated experiences. It doesn't necessarily represent us as a collective, so that's why these conversations are necessary. Being from the West, Trinidad and Tobago in particular, it's the Caribbean, but as it relates to Africa, it's considered the West. And we have similar experience to the Americans, but we also have similar experience to Africans, so Africans on the continent. We know what it's like to not have electricity for a consistent period. We know what it's like to be without water for a while. We have these experiences, so we could relate to either one. So what I have found, based on my experience in having lived in these places, and no offense to nobody, but a lot of Americans prefer to associate with the American life because of it may seem degrading to be associated with the continent. So we would prefer to think, and this is just human nature, some of us like to think that we're either better than each other or, you know, things like that. So we prefer to think that we're having a better experience, where we're the, you know, the better part of the Africans, or rather not connect to Africans at all, which to me is a little bit, you know, confusing, because I like to look at the earth itself from a distance, and when I see where different people are concentrated, I think we need to face reality. Like, Black people were concentrated in Africa. We have the Europeans who are concentrated in Europe. We have the Asians, and we know what we look like physically, where we are concentrated. So when, you know, I hear Americans saying, oh, I'm Native American and things like this, like, I get why you want to say that, but at the same time, we need to face reality and understand also history. But as I said, a lot of these things, conversations need to be had so that we could properly identify ourselves and so know how to move forward. My experience personally with Americans, I have lived in Florida, and we have, you know, because I have like 6 kids, and I was a teacher as well in Florida, and we were taught, it's funny how America, who having had, you know, all this technology and seems so advanced, know very little about the rest of the world, because someone literally asked my son if we have electricity in Trinidad and Tobago, if we still live in caves in Trinidad and Tobago. You know what I'm saying? But as much as Americans are exposed, we have to keep in mind that what you're exposed to is also controlled. So there's a lot of limits to what we actually know. And so the growth begins when we start to have conversations like these. And it'll be good if it, you know, some things like this happens in schools and places like that, where we could change the mindset. We also have to remember, as somebody mentioned earlier, the oppressor's game. The whole idea is to divide, because it's easier to control the masses if we
Yeah.
divide each other.
Yes,
So we
yes.
have so many different factions. We
Right.
have so many different fractions. It's
Right.
just to divide us. It's
Right.
easier to control us that way.
And that was me. That was me that mentioned that. And because that's what I
Yeah.
experienced. I didn't know the beauty of my own people. Can you believe it? African is my own people. I didn't know. They wanted for us to be embarrassed, ashamed. That's why they showed it to the other, races in front of us to intentionally, on purposely degrade us. That's why they did it. And then they didn't teach us the reason why. Because in our educational system, they only teach us parts. They don't want to teach us the whole thing. Because then that way they know that you have knowledge. If you have knowledge, then you have power. Okay? They don't want you to have power. So they can stay inferior to you or superior to you. That's what they believe. But you know something? Thank God time is changing now to where a lot of us are starting to either be educated by ourselves or through outside sources. We are studying now. We are doing history now. And my apologies to any of our own that has had to experience the ugly from one another. It's very sad. I am so sorry you had to deal with that as an African American. Okay? But I promise if you run into people like me, I will treat you as a beautiful human being that you are. And if there is any issue, okay, I will let you know what it is in your face, not behind your back, not on the media. We can talk things out, okay? And we do need to educate.
Aw. Go ahead, sister.
We do need to educate each other. That way we will be more powerful. I don't know how far this will go because I see what they do when they get scared when you are united. Okay? Things that are happening today. A lot of this has nothing to do with people being illegal. They get scared when they see you united and you're making money. Okay? They get jealous. So you have to be very careful. But we have to quietly teach one another, hey, brother, hey, sister, this is why this happened. This is why this is happening. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here, you guys?
Yeah, facts. Thank you. Really great put said. I mean, sorry, I can't even get my really well stated, sister. And thank you guys for bonding like that. I mean, this is what we need to see, right? Unfortunately, I have to run to the store. I'm gonna just cancel it because I got a violation for some reason earlier. I don't want to. I'm on the ban thing. I need one more strike to get banned. So I'm gonna come back in like 5 minutes. Okay, guys, come back.